So former RBA player Tracy McGrady, aka T-Mac, is back to bomb on LeBron James yet again. T-Mac bombs on LeBron James like this is World War 23. America versus La Negro Shima. Yes, the Mac is back at it again. It's the miggity Mac Daddy. Say it's the miggity Mac. Say this the miggity Mac Daddy. Say this the miggity Mac. And he's back to take a calm number 2 on LeBron James. But T-Mac gets hostile on LeBron James. T-Mac steps into the devil's territory, which is LeBron James' stomping grounds, and eliminates the LeDevil James. T-Mac puts the truth on LeBron James like lotion on his ashy kneecaps. Tracy McGrady shows LeBron James what it's really like to be in the presence of royalty, to be in the presence of royalty, to be in the presence of royalty. But Tracy McGrady says that LeBron James and the RBA, they robbed Carmelo Anthony of the Rookie of the Year award. But here's what T-Mac had to say. This article is per Athlon Sports via Yahoo Sports, and the headline reads, Tracy McGrady claims big LeBron James accomplishment belonged to rival. The article goes on to say LeBron James was one of the most hyped prospects to enter the RBA in league history in 2003, and it didn't take him long to show he was indeed the real deal. The Cleveland Cavaliers selected James with the first pick in the 2003 RBA draft, and he was impactful from the get-go. The article goes on to say, unlike James, Carmelo Anthony had also led his team to the playoffs, with the Nuggets finishing 8th in the Western Conference with a 43-39 record. The Cavaliers, meanwhile, were 9th in the East at 35-47. So there was certainly an argument for Anthony to win the award, and former RBA star Tracy McGrady stated on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony podcast that he should have. Tracy McGrady went on to say, quote, you should have won that Expletive Rookie of the Year because you took your team to the playoffs, McGrady said. That is a tremendous accomplishment for a rookie to come in, to have that spotlight on him like that, and to get slighted on Rookie of the Year. I didn't like that at all. And you know what, Tracy McGrady? I didn't like that at all either. But Tracy McGrady says that the world has been acting too shady when it comes to LeBron James. Tracy McGrady is exposing the rig. T-Mac, like many other RBA players, are growing sick and tired of being politically correct when it comes to LeBron James. They finally figured it out, y'all. These RBA players realize that they have nothing to lose. Why should Tracy McGrady be mindful of his tongue or be afraid to poke his chest out about LeBron James when he's clearly a far better player than LeBron James? I mean, all around the board. He has the license and the qualifications to speak on this subject. He should be able to speak the truth, and the real basketball fans back him on that. I mean, what is there to worry about? The LeBron sexuals? That's like seeing a midget rush at you like they ready to fight. It's like, don't nobody take you serious, bruh. Don't nobody take the bronsexuals serious anymore. The LeBron James fandom is gradually dying out. I'm willing to bet the $0.00 in my Cash App account that if you replace LeBron James on that Miami Heat super team with the prime Tracy McGrady, I guarantee you that T-Mac would have won 3 or 4 championships, injuries or not. And even Shaquille O'Neal went on record and basically threw Kobe Bryant up under the bus and stated that T-Mac would win at least 3 championships with Shaquille O'Neal if you replace Kobe Bryant with Tracy McGrady. However, then you can make the argument that Tracy McGrady probably would have won 4 or 5 straight championships, or maybe even 6 with that Miami Heat super team, right? Tracy McGrady, like many real RBA fans, it's clear that LeBron James robbed Carmelo Anthony of Rookie of the Year. How do we know? Because even LeBron James admitted that the RBA rigged the 2003 RBA draft for LeBron James. So he inadvertently admitted that he didn't even believe that he was the best player in the draft because they had to rig it for him. Even in an old interview with Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony stated that he felt that the RBA rigged the draft for Cleveland to get the number 1 pick so they could draft LeBron James. And Carmelo Anthony said something along the lines of, he stated that he still believed that he had a slight chance to go to the Cavs, although he felt that it was rigged. He felt that the Cavs and the RBA would have some kind of integrity and still take him, considering Carmelo Anthony is the far better player. But Carmelo Anthony did what LeBron James couldn't do, and in the manner that Melo did it, which was carrying his team to the playoffs as a rookie, which is far more impressive and exceptional than what LeBron James did in Cleveland in his rookie year. Why? Because Carmelo Anthony did it being in the Western Conference, and we all know that the West is clearly the more competitive and tougher conference. The only fix to this is LeBron James and the RBA need to hand over that trophy and send it over to Carmelo Anthony, who truly deserves it. Make it make sense. In one breath, oh, Kobe didn't win more regular season MVPs because his teams weren't that good and didn't have a good record. Yet, the rules don't apply, and they changed for LeBron James because LeBron James' team wasn't that good when he won Rookie of the Year, yet he wins the Rookie of the Year award. But I guess it's 2 different awards, so it's 2 different standards. But it's just pure bias voting. Yes, send that Rookie of the Year trophy to Carmelo Anthony. And while you're at it, send LeBron James regular season MVPs that he robbed Kobe for to the Kobe Bryant estate, because clearly Kobe earned it. But LeBron James was the RBA's puppet. So they fabricated these storylines to make LeBron James greater than what he was. They had to give LeBron James the Rookie of the Year award because they talked about him 24/7 and they manufactured him into a phenom. So how would it look, this number 1 pick, who is supposedly the next MJ, with air quotes, not win the Rookie of the Year award? But to the Bronsexuals, because it was LeBron James who won and Carmelo Anthony who didn't win, it's not a robbery. But let it had it been the other way around and Melo won and LeBron James didn't, they would have been screaming robbery from here all the way to Mexico. But a lot of players lost a lot of awards and recognition taken away from them simply because the RBA clearly had an agenda for LeBron James. They wanted to push LeBron James as the next face of the league, so they had to cheat to give him Rookie of the Year awards, etc. I mean, just think about it. They literally carried LeBron James to 10 straight RBA finals because he was handpicked by the league. They robbed Kobe Bryant of many MVPs. They altered the All-Star format simply because the West kept winning and they knew that it wouldn't look right allowing LeBron James to win the All-Star MVP and his teams never won. Then they altered the playoff format and implemented the play-in to further assist LeBron James. Then they created the in-season tournament to help LeBron James because they know he ain't winning no more RBA finals. So if there's history and a pattern of the league bending the rules and doing underhanded things, allegedly, to help LeBron James win, what would make you believe that they wouldn't rob Carmelo Anthony of Rookie of the Year to help write the beginning of a so-called great manufactured story?